everyone, welcome back to my channel. Or if it's your first time here on my channel, hi, my name's Abby and I mainly do speed builds here on my channel or the occasional create sim video. Today I'm finally building in Salvadorada. I've had this pack for months now and I've never been in the world, so I finally did, and I apparently chose the absolute worst lot to build on because I encountered quite a few issues with this lot. The first one being that there was like some sort of invisible wall, so the camera kept positioning itself on top of this wall, which is quite frustrating. It's also happened to me a couple times in certain lots in Windenburg. And then the second issue I had, which I uploaded this to my Twitter, was the gallery picture. So what I thought was the front of the build, because you can see here that there's like this massive clearing and kind of like a path to the build. I just assumed that that was the front of the build, as that made the most sense. But no, the front of the build is actually the right side of this house, which, as you can see, is just a wall of rocks. Make that make sense. How is that considered the front of the build? I don't know. It's the same thing in Windenburg on the little island bit where the front of the build is like a cliff. I was like, well, wouldn't that make more sense for that to be the back of the build? But no, it's the front of the build. You had to climb up the cliff to get to the house. So you may have noticed that the shell for this build was already there, and that's because this is my submission for Cake Invader's shell challenge. Cake Invader is another simmer. They are on Twitch, so I will leave their Twitch in the description down below. And they tweeted about it, and I wanted to participate because I always appreciate someone building the shell for me, because for me, building the shell is the worst part of the build. The shell and the windows and the window placement for me is the most difficult part. So I always appreciate it when someone's done the hardest part for me. But yeah, I'm sorry if I sound really tired. I didn't sleep well last night, and I tried to sleep about a couple hours ago. I just wanted to sleep about 2 hours. I put an alarm on, and it's like when I went to go to sleep, my pets were just all chill in the living room asleep as well. And then as soon as I decide to go to sleep, they decide that they do not want to sleep anymore, and they're just coming into my room, and I can hear them like walk in, see that I'm asleep, and leave. And one of my dogs, when he wants attention, like if we're all asleep or something, he will go into my cat's litter tray and like dig around to make noise, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna pretend that I do not hear that because I was so tired. And then my neighbors came, and they don't actually live next to my house, they just come every now and then, because like my house is built on a plot of land on like this farm, so there's this giant farmhouse, and so nobody lives there. They just go every now and then, and obviously they had to come today and bring a tractor, and they were shouting because they couldn't hear each other with the tractor, and they were literally right next to my window, so that was fun. And then I managed to fall back asleep again, and then my dog woke me up. And yeah, I was like, well, I need to do some voiceovers anyway, so I apologize if I sound tired. But the worst place for me is when you sleep over at a friend's house or someone else's house, because I just can't sleep in a bed that isn't mine. And that's something that I don't miss about going out, is just staying at someone else's house, because I always have to stay at like a friend's house if I go out, because my house is a bit far away. So my friends live in like a townhouse where you can hear literally everything. Like if someone whispers in the house next door, you can hear it. Like someone's alarm was going off in another house and we could hear it. So like I said, I only really stay at my friend's house if I've gone out, so we've obviously gone in late. And then all of a sudden, like, all these cars driving by, they're beeping, you have people like shouting, So you're hearing all this and you're assuming that it's like probably past 10 o'clock. And then I look at the phone and it's like 7:30. And it's like, really? There was this one guy, he must have like lost his dog or something, and he was screaming for like this dog for ages, and it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and it was just like, oh. Like the same way that you're not allowed to make noise past 12 o'clock at night, you shouldn't be able to make noise until 10 o'clock in the morning. Which I know they do that in some places, in certain apartments, I think, but it's you should be fined if you're too loud. That's the tea. Like when you're in high school, and it's usually some group of girls that it's like your first class, you've all just got there, you're all really tired, and then these girls see each other and they start screaming, and it's like it's way too early for this. Like, come on, no one's got that energy. But anyways, enough complaining. I had so much fun with this build because it's actually not a residential house, it's a rental house. Obviously you can make it residential if you want to download this. It's on my gallery and my ID is ReddRosss, and it's got 2 Ds and 3 S's at the end, so it's written down in the description if you want to download this build. But the reason why I liked it so much is because when I was little, my granddad used to work as a handyman for this company that had a bunch of rental houses. So he would go and he'd be like the painter, the gardener, the cleaner, he would clean the pools and stuff. So some summers my dad would go out and help him and I would go with them, and we just went to a bunch of like these villas, and because I live in Spain, so it was mainly like villas and places with like huge gardens and like nice terraces, and it's really fun because it just reminds me of all those houses that I used to go to as a kid. I really enjoyed those summers. I don't know why, because I remember it would be like August and it'd be so hot, and I'd just be in the garden and I would help like my granddad and my dad with the gardening. I probably didn't do much or help them clean the pool, and a lot of them had like ponds that had like frogs in, and I don't know, I just have like really good memories from going to all those places. And it just reminded me of that, and I thought it was really fun. So because it is a rental house, for example, it doesn't have a computer, but you can always bring a laptop and place it on the desk or the dining table. But I assume if you're coming to Salvadrada, I don't know if your sim will have a laptop. And I want to do like an outdoor area, which I ended up changing this around because I wasn't happy with how it looked. And so they had like a barbecue, a bar outside, they had the sunbeds. I did want to give them a pool, and I tried to do kind of like a fancy pool with like a square in the middle with like lots of like a palm tree coming out of it, and it didn't look how I wanted it to, so I deleted it. But I assume if there's like a lake or waterfall nearby, but I mean if it's in the jungle you probably shouldn't go swimming in waterfalls and that. I mean I've just heard a lot of stuff on the internet about people that have gone swimming in random places in the jungle and it's not ended well. But I think the pond looks pretty because at first I just wanted to do a Mediterranean build because I love them. Again, I think it's because I live here in Spain and there's a lot of them, and I was really inspired by houses that I have seen a lot, but it's also a bit more of a jungle house as well. So I think it's a bit of a mixture of both, but it's got 4 bedrooms. It's actually quite big, and the master bedroom is actually not the biggest bedroom, but they've got their own ensuite and they've got their own private terrace. So I assume that the biggest bedroom, which is the only bedroom that is downstairs, is probably if you're traveling with another adult or like a teenager and they have that room. And then there's another 2 bedrooms. Another one is quite small, it's just got a double bed and like wardrobe and that. That again can be for another young adult or another teen. And then there's a kid's bedroom, so there's 2 single beds, and it's like the ugliest room out of them all. But I think that's realistic in the sense that like now my parents are looking to go on holiday and we're looking at apartments, because we can in Spain. We're just not going to go very far. We're just going to go to like a very not private, quiet area, just somewhere where we have our own pool. We can maybe go to the beach. But we're looking at Airbnbs, and they're like 2 bedrooms, but the second bedroom, which is like the kids' bedroom, is always like Harry Potter's bedroom under the stairs. And I've had this issue so many times. Like we're looking to move, and it's like the kids' bedroom is always neglected for some reason. And it's the same when I would go with my granddad and my dad to these houses. Like the kids' bedroom was always the worst bedroom. It was always the smallest, and they had the worst beds. They had like maybe one wall decoration, like one picture, like some random picture of a flower on the wall, like a tiny wardrobe, and just no like tables or space or anything. And it's really annoying because like surely kids should have I mean, not if you go on holiday, but it's like, come on, like we still, the amount of times I've had to sleep on like a sofa bed, and that sofa bed's just the most uncomfortable thing ever. But yeah, kids are always neglected when it comes to like Airbnbs and stuff. They've always got literally like a closet under the stairs. It's really sad, and that's why I decided to make the children's bedroom a bit sad, because that's just what it's like in real life, you know? Sometimes we don't like to admit the truth, but that's the way it is. So here I'm just doing the outdoor area, and I just thought it'd be quite nice, and a lot of places have like a nice little outdoor area with a barbecue and a bar and somewhere to sit, just because I thought it'd be quite nice. You know, it's night time, and it's just outside, having a drink, having something to eat, playing some cards, playing some Uno or something. Do we actually have cards in The Sims 4? I think, because I remember I had this table, but I think it was custom content. So I don't actually know if we have cards in this game. I know like the kids do if you have kids' room stuff, but I don't actually know. But either way, I really wanted to use that chimney, and I thought it could be like a pizza oven or something. I don't know if you'd even have a pizza oven in the jungle. I've never been, but I just thought it looked quite nice, fit in well with the theme. There's also one inside, and I think I get to the inside in a bit. I spent a lot of time on the outside of this build. Another issue that I had actually was the wallpaper on the outdoor walls that come with Jungle Adventure. So I don't know, I think I go back and change the wallpaper, I can't remember, but basically it comes with a couple of swatches. So you have one wallpaper and it's got like a half wall of rocks, or like a half wall and it's like a different color, and then you just got a plain one. So as you can see here, that's what I'm talking about. So you have like ones that have, you know, rock at the bottom of it, and then one that's just plain. So obviously you can put the one with rock on the first floor, and then if it has like a second and a third floor, you just put the plain swatch. But the swatches don't match. Some of them do, but I think with this grey one, I can't remember if it's this grey one or another one, but they don't match. Like it looks like they match, but then if you change the lighting, they don't. And some of them just didn't match at all. And I really don't understand why they did that. And the Sims team has done it so much with cabinets and stuff, where so you have just like the island bits, and it comes in all sorts of swatches, and then for like the top cabinet stuff, they don't have the same swatches, so some of the wood tones don't match. And I don't know why they do that, and it was really frustrating because I struggled then to find a colour that actually had a matching plain swatch. So that was a bit annoying, and it's not the first time I've encountered it in this game. So I really hope that they can fix that. I also really hope that we can just get just a plain, basic black and white swatch of a lot of things, because there are certain windows that we don't have like a plain black swatch or a white swatch that I've noticed. I watched Lil Simsy's video today where she says this, and it's something that I noticed as well. But with the fences as well, there's one fence where the gate for it So you have like a white version of the fence, but then you don't have a white version of the gate. There's like a white version, but it's blue as well. And there are certain windows that I've noticed, and it's been really annoying, that has kind of like a blue swatch. So it's like blue on the inside. It's like, why can't I just have it plain white, plain whatever? Why does it have to have some sort of color in it, you know? So I really wish that we could just get plain swatches for a lot of things. There's a lot of sofas as well that come in very colourful swatches. It's like, I just want a plain black or white one or a grey one, because most likely that's the swatch that I'm going to use, because I'm really bad when it comes to colourful builds. So you always see that the sofa that I pick is always like a very plain colour, or you know, it might be blue, and that's as crazy as I can get, you know. But my biggest thing that I really wish that they will add to the game is an overhaul of the catalogue, because I think it desperately needs one. I mentioned this in another video, I think, where some things just badly categorized, like it makes no sense why it's in a certain category. There are some tables that aren't with tables, you have to go to miscellaneous tables to find them. And with pictures especially, I really wish you could, so you go into pictures and you just have a bunch of posters or like stickers you can put on the wall, or normal pictures. I just wish that you could filter them better, so if I'm just wanting posters, I just click posters and it comes up with all the posters. If I just want a painting, it comes up with all the paintings. The stickers on the wall are really annoying because I rarely use them, and it's like we get a bunch of like cats and dogs in the seasons, and it's okay for kids' bedrooms, but I really wish that they were filtered better. I've always thought that they should just put like a random category, because we also get a bunch of random stuff with Get Famous, because it comes with a lot of props and sets, and it's filtered in with some of it's filtered with the clutter stuff, and some of it's filtered with I can't remember, but it's quite frustrating, because to find like a fruit ball, a bowl, and or just stuff like that, it's in the same category as the fruit bowls and stuff like that, and it's just filled with a bunch of random stuff that I think most people don't use. You just use them in very specific builds. So I really wish that they just put that stuff in a random category, like a miscellaneous category, instead of filtering it with all the other decorations. And I really did the same thing with their wall stickers, and that they just put them in their own section. Because paintings for me is like, that's the worst section. It's the most cluttered with just a lot of stuff, and I really wish it was just easier to find things. Because when I used the like infamous little painting with like the leaves on it, especially put them in like bathrooms and kitchens, and I always really struggled to find that. So I just wish that it was easier to just filter stuff. And with plants as well, I wish we could filter like small plants, medium plants, big plants. Sometimes when you click on something, you think it's going to be a small plant, it's big, and sometimes when you think it's big, it's small. I don't know, that might be just me being too picky, but I just think that it would make things a lot easier. And okay, how like I said this before, I hate kitchens because I can't decorate them. I'm really bad with kitchens. I think I was thankful that this one's quite small. See, I can handle small kitchens. This one kitchen's quite big, but I actually really like how this one turned out, because I think it turned out quite cute. I did panic a bit because it's like I had just like this front room, which I decided was going to be like the kitchen and the dining room, but it's kind of a weird layout, so I had no idea what I was going to do. But I think it turns alright. It turns out alright in the end. I was using this new shelf from Eco Lifestyle, and at first when I started building this was before the update, so we couldn't really place the windows and doors, and then I waited until we did get the free update, and after Eco Lifestyle came out, and then I started like freely place some stuff, and it made the build a bit easier to work with. But yeah, once again I was trying to get inspiration from like Spanish houses that I've been in, or Mediterranean houses that I've been in. I'm not sure it's 100% accurate. It is quite difficult to translate things from real life into The Sims, because sometimes when something looks good in real life, it looks terrible in The Sims, and vice versa. Because usually a lot of clutter in a house, it looks quite messy and disorganized, whereas in The Sims it looks really nice, for example. But I like how this build turned out. I think it looks quite, it fits the theme. And yeah, I think I'm quite happy with how it turned out, especially like this outdoor bit with the fan and just like the chairs. Like there's always like 2 wooden chairs, like a wooden stool outside of the build. And I wanted to place a chimney, but I think I just placed a TV instead, and I placed a chimney behind. Because usually in like an Airbnb, if you're renting a place, it pretty much always comes with a TV. And I finally used that rug, or that swatch of that rug that I've never used ever, and it finally looked okay in something that I was building. I actually used a lot of swatches of things that I don't really use because they don't really go. I mean, it's not the most colourful build, but I do use some objects that have a little bit of colour. I don't just use the plain white swatch. I mean, I do in the living room, as you can see, but on the outside, I think things are a bit more colourful. I was really struggling with that wall bit because I didn't know what to put, and then I just found that thing and I thought, you know what, that actually looks okay there. Oh, it's quite annoying because in my video it keeps doing that thing where it lags for a couple seconds. See, now it's fine. I'm really sorry that it's doing that. I don't know why, it's just started doing it in this video. It's quite frustrating. But just putting like your baskets and boxes just to make it, look a bit more cluttered, look a bit more lived in. This is the big room that I was talking about before. It's the biggest room in the house, but it's not the master bedroom because it's not got an ensuite, it's not got a private terrace. So like I said, I see this as like if you're traveling with another young adult, this is their bedroom. There's a bathroom downstairs next to this bedroom, which I didn't put in the video, so they can always use that bathroom. And the curtains here. This is actually a trick that I saw from Simlish, is that she would place the curtains before she placed the windows, and that is a life hack that I did not know that I needed. And I just use it all the time because sometimes curtains just don't want to place on windows, and I don't know why, because that's their purpose. And this that I'm doing now, that is the master bedroom. It is quite small, but it's got an ensuite, like I said. It's got its own private terrace where you can sunbathe or just sit in the sun. And I just thought that's, most master bedrooms, if there's a terrace, will have their own private terrace and ensuite. Even though it's quite small, I think it's decent size for like a rental house. And just doing a little terrace bit, using some more things from Eco Lifestyle. I didn't use a lot of stuff from Eco Lifestyle if you want to download this and you don't have the pack. So I didn't want to use a lot of it. At first when I did this, because I kind of furnished it before and then I ended up going back and deleting it all because I just wasn't happy with how it looked. And that hallway I really struggled with, but I think it just turned out okay. Hallways I always struggle with a bit because I don't know what to put in them. So this is the sad child bedroom. I mean, look how uncomfortable those beds look. They just look so uncomfortable, and this room is just generally quite sad. Like, they got that tiny wardrobe for 2 kids. I mean, it could always just be 1 kid and they're just staying, they have like the room to themselves and that 1 toy box. And they got like the drawing thing. But I'm not gonna lie, this looks like bedrooms that I have seen in real life. Just plain white, 2 beds, table between them, and kind of like a lamp, and that's it. So this is the other room. I think it's like the smallest bedroom that there was, but they've got, once again, their own ensuite and the built-in wardrobe. Once again, the video's lagging, I'm so sorry. And once again, I mean, that room is quite colourful, it's orange. So I did use a bit more colourful stuff in this build. But anyways, the video is almost over, so I'm going to leave the voiceover here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.